Hello, I'm Natalie from Moonstone Publications. Welcome to this overview of some of the stories we've covered over the past week. But first, please hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends and colleagues. Provisions in the Draft Taxation Laws Amendment Bill could force South African multinationals to rethink their current business models. National Treasury is proposing to clarify the controlled foreign company rules. Several commentators have labelled the clarification a legislative change that narrows the qualifying provisions for the foreign business establishment tax exemption of controlled foreign companies. They believe the change will render this type of South African company less competitive or even force some to close their doors. It is crunch time for medical schemes preparing to submit applications to the Council for Medical Schemes. In a circular distributed last week, the Council advised schemes to limit their contribution increases for 2024 to 5%, plus reasonable utilisation estimates. The Council also said that it would only consider applications for the registration of new benefit options in exceptional circumstances. It further advised that sufficient economies of scale should continue using their strategic purchasing to ensure value-based contracting with providers and pass on some of the efficiency gains to their members. A global email sent by the United African Stokvel last week, asking for patience as the company attempts to, quote, normalize the issue, has evoked anger and in some cases hope among members. Following a month of silence and the even longer non-payment of members' return on investments, the Digital Stokvel said that normal activities had been disrupted by its engagement with the FSCA and the suspension of its banking systems. The authority is in the process of investigating the Digital Stokvel. Recent FSCA research reveals that consumers mistrust insurance due to a lack of understanding, often confusing it with investments. It also found that how financial institutions, particularly their banks, treat customers impacts their interest in insurance. These and more findings are detailed in the FSCA's first ever South African Financial and Customer Behaviour and Sentiment Study released this month. The study assessed customer engagement and views on the financial sector, checking if financial institutions adhere to treating customers fairly principles. It also examined what customers look for when choosing financial products and services. Online fraudsters are employing increasingly sophisticated techniques to scam the public out of their personal details and money. The latest racket involves scammers using stolen bank card information to make fraudulent purchases via a digital wallet. Rihanna Stein, the Ombudsman for Banking Services, says it involves the use of near-field communication technology. About 124 such fraud-related complaints were recently reported to and investigated by the Ombudsman, with losses running in the millions of rands. Stein urges consumers to guard against clicking on any unsolicited links sent to them. Businesses and households can now apply for both the Renewable Energy Tax Breaks and the Energy Bounce Back Loan Guarantee Scheme. National Treasury this week launched a scheme which will provide 20% government-backed loans to households and small businesses that want to install solar energy systems. The granting of a loan will depend on the business or household meeting the eligibility criteria of the scheme and the participating bank's credit criteria. Currently, ABSA, First National Bank and Standard Bank have indicated that they will participate. The scheme will be available over the next 12 months. Moonstone Compliance is hosting 2 webinars on the Employment Equity Act this month and in September at no cost to participants. The first webinar is on the 23rd of August. It will unpack the jargon used in the Act and explain what employers must do when creating an employment equity plan and report on it and remove unfair discrimination from the workplace. That's all we have for this week. You can read these stories and many more on our website moonstone.co.za. Until next time, here's wishing you all the best from the team at Moonstone Information Refinery.